ज्योति स्टेनो टाइपिंग कॉलेज में आप सभी का स्वागत है बच्चों। ये जो क्लास है ये 100 WPM की न्यू डिक्टेशन क्लास है। तो यानी कि जब आप वेबसाइट पर जाओगे तो माई कोर्सेज के अंदर एक नया कोर्स मिलेगा आपको, इंग्लिश 100 WPM न्यू डिक्टेशन। उसके अंदर जैसे मतलब ये आपको क्लासेस मिलेंगी, ये डिक्टेशन नंबर 1 है, ठीक है। तो और YouTube पर भी इसकी प्लेलिस्ट अलग से है, उसका नाम रखा गया है इंग्लिश 100 WPM न्यू डिक्टेशन। तो उसके अंदर ये डिक्टेशन आपको अवेलेबल मिलेंगी, वहाँ से आप इनको सुन करके लिख सकते हो। जो बच्चे टाइप करेंगे मैंने बता दिया, वेबसाइट के ऊपर आपके अंदर फ्री ऑन ये जैसे ऐड कर दी गई हैं। ये जो है डिक्टेशंस जो है काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट है। तो जो नया फोल्डर है उसका नाम होगा इंग्लिश 100 WPM न्यू डिक्टेशन, ठीक है। तो मैं पढ़ने जा रहा हूँ 100 WPM डिक्टेशन के लिए, और ये प्रॉपर 100 रहेगी। इसका पिछला जो पेपर जो चेक किया था तो उसमें दीपक कौशिक का जो है रिज़ल्ट जो है वो जनरल कैटेगरी में 95% रहा। अंकित कुमार सिंह OBC कैटेगरी, वो भी अपनी कैटेगरी के हिसाब से पास है, 94 पॉइंट समथिंग रहा। और जो है दीपक फ्रॉम हंसी, उसका जो है रिज़ल्ट जो गड़बड़ रहा, 87.77% एक्यूरेसी शायद उसकी आई है। ये 3 बच्चे जो हमारे यहाँ लिख रहे हैं, बाकी ऑनलाइन जो लिख रहे हैं उनका मुझे पता नहीं है। अगर आप जैसे ऑनलाइन जैसे टाइम टेबल आज बता दिया जाएगा, कल से अगर आप लिखोगे तो यहाँ सामने और रिजल्ट सबका पढ़ा जाएगा। डिक्टेशन स्टार्ट आफ्टर 5 सेकेंड। Sir, some honorable members have pointed out that so many cases are piling up. Maybe some are slow and some are not so fast. You may all those things. ये तो जैसे फिर टाइप कौन सी कर दी सर ने? अच्छा, प्रिंट मैंने यहाँ से उठाया ही नहीं, सॉरी, प्रिंट नहीं उठाए थे मैंने। चलो इसको ट्रायल मान लेना, अब एक्चुअल आ रही है। डिक्टेशन स्टार्ट आफ्टर 5 सेकेंड। Mr. Vice Chairman, I am very grateful to you and to the government for having provided an opportunity for the Defence Ministry being discussed in this House, and this being the first occasion, I deem it a privilege when I am called upon by you to make my initial remarks. The report on defense has been circulated to the members of the 2 houses of parliament, and I read it twice over, but I consider that the report on defense to be dull, dreary and defenseless, and I shall come out with my reasons a little later. But the first thing I would like to impress upon the house is that the foundation for a sound defense policy should be primarily the security of the country. Only if our country is basically and inherently strong and self-reliant can we work out not only on a sound defense policy but also a sound foreign policy. Reliance on our own strength should be the badge of our pride. It has been accepted not only in this country but throughout the history in all the democratic countries of the world that there has been a closed tie-up and interlinking between the defense and foreign policies of the democratic countries. This has been an accepted maxim or principle which the democratic nations have followed in the past and are following even today. The truth has been overwhelmingly seen in the actions of two prominent statesmen of the world. I would very much like the government of India to make a happy blending, a useful blending of the defense and foreign policies of our country, and at the same time see that our country is made strong and self reliant. That is the first point that I would like to make to begin with my initial remarks. In India, our position would be well realized if we could make an honest attempt to view the entire picture impartially. Our minds are overwhelmingly exercised by what I would call the Chinese menace and the Pakistani enmity. Stop. While it is necessary for our country to be prepared to meet the external aggression from whichever quarters it might come, it is moot point, and I make a very humble submission in this direction whether we should surpass or equal all the others in the matter of space and nuclear development. I shall deal with this subject at a little length, but you will pardon me if I say that today this has achieved what I would call a radical turn in one quarter and a conservative turn in the other. At the moment, the launching of the Chinese satellite, that too following the nuclear explosions in China, has raised a fear in this country that this is directed against India, and a very legitimate fear it is. We should draw a distinction here and now between the know-how of space research and nuclear explosions and the need to build up deterrent forces based on these. Let us be quite candid that economically our strength does not visualize in the immediate foreseeable future an ability to develop and sustain the nuclear forces. Only two countries in the world, the United States of America and the Soviet Union, are in a position to do both. They can manufacture nuclear weapons, and they also have the delivery system in both the countries. Though they are in a position to do both, these two countries would not part with their scientific knowledge in manufacturing nuclear and deterrent weapons to other countries. So now how are you going to produce these weapons? What is going to be our nuclear policy? The possession of a few nuclear weapons alone will not enable us to win a victory where large areas of our territory are concerned. Therefore, if there should be a threat from China, which we expect any moment and which we are bound to counter the way China is working not only in the Near East but also in the Far East, should be a liaison thrown open to us, and the reflection of the Chinese working we have seen and we are seeing today in the Naxalite activities and the activities of the fellow travelers. The defense minister should apply his mind basically to this question as to what China is aiming at towards India and whether she has any territorial ambitions with reference to India, and whether the Naxalite activities are the forerunners for such events. In India, particularly in recent times and also in the last week, when a convention of members of parliament was held, there has been a general demand that we should manufacture nuclear weapons. The people also seem to be saying that they would like the Indian government to be in the race. If we are going to manufacture nuclear weapons, the first question is how we are going to use it for defense. Whether we are in a position to manufacture these nuclear weapons of defense and offense, and whether economically it would be possible to manufacture them. I would like to take your mind and the minds of the honorable members of this House to the basic factor that our national income is only 1% of the national income of the United States of America, whereas the United States of America's national income is $750 billion, ours is only $8 billion. Can our economy stand and sustain itself in producing nuclear and deterrent weapons? As such, it is a question to which this House should apply its mind and take a decision. I am only placing the bare facts before this House. Sir, I have a complaint against the government, particularly the Prime Minister as well as the Defense Minister, that their statements on the floor of Parliament have not given the true picture of their own mind to the people and to the members of Parliament. चालीस सेकंड का बनाना. 987 वर्ड थे और डिवाइड बाई 8.67. ये स्पीड थी लगभग 113 के आसपास. इसको जो है वेबसाइट पे, जैसे मैंने बताया, नया फोल्डर है, पहले इसको पढ़िए. इंग्लिश क्या था? इंग्लिश 100 WPM न्यू डिक्टेशन के नाम से फोल्डर होगा, उसमें ये पहली डिक्टेशन होगी. इस क्लास के अंदर इतना ही बच्चों. नमस्कार बच्चों.